Chosen one, do you know why some people seem unsettled the moment you walk into a room? Do you know why strangers glare at you for no reason, or why certain individuals go out of their way to attack you when you've done nothing wrong? It's because they can sense what demons already know. You carry a pure soul, and that purity disrupts the plans of darkness. Demons don't just dislike you, they fear you. Not because of your physical strength or your appearance, but because of what's within you. Your soul is untarnished in ways you don't even recognize, and that purity makes you untouchable to forces that thrive in corruption. The truth is, purity is more powerful than most people understand. In a world drowning in greed, pride, lust, and deception, a pure soul shines like fire against the night sky. It cannot be hidden. Demons operate in darkness, in secrecy, in distortion, but when someone like you walks in carrying authenticity, love, and unshakable light, their illusions fall apart. Your presence becomes a mirror, exposing everything false. And exposure is what demons hate the most. That's why they fear you. They know your soul cannot be bought, bent, or broken. But chosen one, you must also understand that carrying such purity comes at a cost. From a young age, you probably felt different. While others followed the crowd, something in you resisted. While others were easily swayed, you questioned, you stood apart. And while you may not have always understood why, heaven always knew. You were marked as different because your soul was chosen to remain untangled from the corruption of this world. That difference isolated you, but it also preserved you. It's why certain temptations never fully pulled you under. It's why your conscience stayed alive when others grew numb. That inner sensitivity is proof of your pure soul. Demons recognize this, even if people don't. That's why attacks often came against your character. That's why people lied about you, misunderstood you, or tried to stain your reputation. The enemy knew he couldn't touch your soul directly, so he attempted to cover it in shadows, to make you doubt your own purity. He hoped you would mistake your mistakes for your identity. But chosen one, even in your lowest moments, your soul remained set apart. Even when you stumbled, there was something unshakable inside of you that refused to surrender fully to darkness. That is the evidence of a chosen one, a resilience not rooted in willpower, but in divine protection. Consider how rare it is in this age to carry such purity. Everywhere you look, the world rewards compromise. Corruption is celebrated. Deception is normalized. Purity, on the other hand, is mocked. And yet, you've held on to yours, not because it was easy, but because heaven sustained you. This is why demons tremble when you enter their territory. They thrive where people are easily corrupted, but your very soul resists their influence. You carry what they lost forever, the reflection of the divine image within, and they cannot stand against it. Yet here is the mystery, chosen one. Your soul's purity is not just for you, it's for those around you. You've probably noticed how people confide in you, even when you didn't ask them to. They sense safety in your presence. Your purity draws out honesty in others, even if it scares them. Some are drawn to you because of it. Others are repelled. Both are reactions to the same thing, your soul shining light into hidden places. This is not accidental. This is your calling. Heaven placed within you a spirit that cuts through deception and reveals truth. That is why you cannot blend in. That is why you cannot hide. You were never meant to. Demons know your influence is dangerous. They fear that if you fully embrace who you are, if you stop doubting and start walking boldly, you will break chains off countless others. Your soul carries authority not just for your own life, but for the lives you will touch. This is why the attacks intensify the closer you step to your purpose. Because the enemy knows once you realize the full weight of what you carry, there will be nothing left to stop you. Chosen one, let me tell you this: your pure soul is already a weapon. You don't have to shout to be powerful. You don't have to be the loudest voice in the room. Your very presence is enough to dismantle the enemy's schemes. Think about it: how many times have you walked into a situation where tension immediately broke? How many times have you spoken simple words that carried unexpected weight? That wasn't coincidence. That was the fire of your pure soul speaking through you. Demons recognize it, even if you don't always see it. And because of this, they will try to isolate you. They will whisper that you are too different, too strange, too sensitive, too intense. They'll try to convince you that your purity is weakness. But chosen one, do not believe that lie. What the world calls weakness is heaven's greatest strength. Demons fear what the world misunderstands, and the very things that make you feel out of place are the things that prove your divine identity. You may not always feel holy. You may not always feel chosen. But chosen one, feelings don't define your essence does. And your essence is pure. That's why demons fear you. That's why they attack you. That's why life feels heavier for you than for others. Because what's inside you is unmatched. A soul aligned with heaven is more dangerous to hell than any weapon ever forged. And that is what you carry: purity, preserved by God Himself, burning like fire in a corrupted world. So never doubt the weight of what's inside you. You don't just carry a pure soul, you carry a legacy, a light, a divine reflection that cannot be erased. Demons already know this. The question is, will you believe it too? Chosen one, now that you know demons fear the purity within you, you must also understand something deeper. Your soul's purity has always been under attack. Since before you even knew your name, before you understood what chosen meant, darkness recognized the light in you, and from the beginning it has sought to dim, distort, or destroy it. Look back at your life, really think about it. The hardships you faced were not random. The betrayals, the rejections, the temptations, the moments you almost gave up, none of it was coincidence. These were strategic assaults, carefully designed to chip away at the purity within you. Because if the enemy could corrupt your soul, he could silence your calling. If he could stain your purity, he could steal your power. But chosen one, he failed. You see, demons cannot destroy a chosen one outright. That authority belongs only to God. So what do? They scheme. They orchestrate environments to lure you into compromise. They surround you with voices that try to normalize sin and mock holiness. They place people in your life meant to drag you into darkness, to convince you that everybody does it or it's not a big deal. But your soul, chosen one, has always resisted. Even in your moments of weakness, something inside of you never let you settle fully into corruption. That resistance wasn't pride. It wasn't ego. It was your pure soul sounding the alarm, pulling you back before you could be destroyed. That's why some environments made you feel sick. That's why certain friendships or relationships drained you to the core. Your soul couldn't survive in the places demons wanted you to die. And so you had to leave. And though it hurt, though it made you feel alone, it was your protection. Let's talk about temptation for a moment. Demons don't waste time tempting the unchosen. Those who've already surrendered to corruption are no threat to them. But you're different. Your purity makes you dangerous. That's why temptations aimed at you have always been intense. Not just small, everyday battles, but deep struggles, the kind that could break your spirit if you gave in. The enemy knew that if he could lure you into guilt, shame, and spiritual compromise, he could cloud your identity. And chosen one, how many times has that almost worked? How many times have you stumbled and thought, maybe I'm not pure after all? Maybe I'm no different than anyone else. But here is the truth. Stumbling never disqualified you. Your mistakes never erased your essence. A pure soul doesn't mean a perfect life. That means a life that keeps returning to the source of purity, no matter how many times it falls. That's what demons hate most, because they can't comprehend it. When they fell, their purity was lost forever. But when you stumble, heaven provides restoration. When you're broken, your soul only becomes stronger, more refined, more untouchable. That is what makes you terrifying to the kingdom of darkness. Do you see it now? Every attack you've survived wasn't proof of weakness, it was proof of strength. If you were ordinary, the enemy wouldn't waste his time. But because your soul carries the reflection of divine light, you became a target. Your nightmares, your mental battles, your spiritual struggles, these were never random. They were hell's desperate attempt to extinguish the fire in you. But chosen one, here you are, still standing, still breathing, still burning with purity, even if you don't feel it. And the fact that you're still here proves that the enemy already lost. Think about purity like this. It's not just about innocence, it's about alignment. A pure soul is aligned with heaven's will, uncorrupted by the world's agenda. That alignment gives you access to clarity others don't have. That's why you see through lies easily. That's why manipulation doesn't work on you for long. That's why you can sense people's intentions before they even speak. Your purity sharpens your discernment, and discernment is lethal to the enemy's plans. He thrives in deception, but you see through it. And every time you call out truth, every time you resist the lie, you expose him. But chosen one, this also explains your loneliness. Not everyone can handle your purity. Some people feel uncomfortable around you because your soul reminds them of what they've lost or abandoned. Your light makes their shadows visible, and instead of healing, they lash out. They accuse you of being too much, too intense, or too holy. But don't shrink to make others comfortable. Your purity isn't meant to make everyone like you, it's meant to make demons flee, and flee they do. Even when you don't see it, your soul is radiating. Every time you choose integrity when compromise would be easier, demons tremble. Every time you extend kindness when cruelty would feel justified, they shake. Every time you forgive instead of holding on to bitterness, they scatter. Why? Because those choices preserve your purity. And purity is your greatest weapon, chosen one. Here's what you must never forget. The enemy attacks hardest where your power is greatest. And since your soul's purity is the very thing demons fear, it will always be the focus of battle. They'll attack your confidence. They'll attack your reputation. They'll attack your relationships. They'll try to trick you into believing your soul is stained beyond repair. But remember, this purity isn't something they gave you, so it isn't something they can take away. Your soul's essence was designed by the Most High, and no demon has the authority to undo what God Himself ordained. This is why you must guard it. Guard your heart, guard your mind, guard your spirit. Not with fear, but with wisdom. Protect your soul from environments that poison it. Be mindful of the voices you let shape you. Stand firm in prayer, because your purity is not just about you, it's about your purpose. And every time you guard your purity, you protect not only yourself, but everyone you are called to impact. So, chosen one, when you feel the weight of isolation, when you feel misunderstood, when you feel like purity is too heavy to carry, remember who fears it most. It is not you who should be afraid. It is them. Because no matter how much they plot, no matter how much they scheme, your pure soul remains untouchable. And every day you continue to walk in that truth, the kingdom of darkness loses ground. Your soul is not fragile. It is fire, and demons know it. Chosen one, there is something you need to understand about what you carry. It is not just light, it is authority. Authority given by the Most High. Demons do not simply fear you because you are different. They fear you because you have the power to command them, to dismantle their strongholds, and to walk unshaken in places where others collapse. And the root of that authority comes from the purity within you. Let me explain it this way. When a soldier is unarmed, he may wear a uniform, but the enemy is not intimidated. Yet when a soldier is fully equipped, bearing the weapons of war, carrying the mark of his nation's power, he instantly commands respect and fear from his adversaries. That is you, chosen one. Your purity is not an empty word. It is your spiritual weapon, your invisible badge of divine rank. Demons look at you and they do not see weakness. They see heavenly fire coursing through your soul. They see the reflection of the one who called you. And that reflection is what terrifies them. This is why they constantly whisper lies to you, trying to make you doubt your identity. Think about it. How many times in your life have you battled with thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I'm unworthy, I don't have what it takes, I'm not strong enough? Do you think those thoughts originated in you? No, chosen one. Those were fiery darts sent by the enemy, aimed at making you forget who you are. Because the moment you believe the lie, you begin to lay down the authority you already carry. But here's the truth that cannot be erased. Demons already know your rank, even when you don't. They already know your name in the spirit, even when you question it. They already know the fire inside of you is not of this world. That's why they don't rest. That's why they attack with such persistence, because as long as you stand, their kingdom crumbles. Let me remind you of something biblical. When Jesus walked into the region of the Gadarenes, there was a man possessed by many demons. No one could restrain him. People had chained him, tried to control him, but he broke through everything. Yet when Jesus showed up, those same demons fell at his feet, crying, "What do you want with us, Son of God? Have you come to torment us before the appointed time?" Notice something, chosen one. The demons recognized him instantly. They bowed not because Jesus fought them with weapons, but because of the authority of his spirit. Now here's where it gets powerful. That same authority flows through you, not because you are perfect, not because you've never stumbled, but because you are chosen and sealed by the Most High. Demons recognize what you carry even before you do. This is why some people react strangely to you, why certain rooms grow tense when you enter, why some individuals, without even knowing why, resist you, envy you, or dislike you. It's not always personal, it's spiritual. Their spirits detect what's in you, and if they're not aligned with light, your presence disrupts their comfort. Chosen one, this is why your life often feels like a battlefield. Not because you are weak, but because you are powerful. Weak vessels are not targeted. Empty vessels are not attacked. But vessels carrying divine fire, those are marked, and you are one of them. Your pure soul radiates something the enemy cannot stand: holiness. And holiness carries authority. But you may ask, if I have this authority, why do I still feel attacked? Why do I still wrestle with heaviness, loneliness, or doubt? The answer is this: authority does not eliminate the war, it guarantees victory. You are not spared from battle, chosen one. You are chosen for it. The difference is, the outcome has already been determined. No matter how fierce the attack, no matter how dark the valley, you cannot be defeated, because the one within you has already overcome. Think about the times you nearly lost yourself, the nights you cried until your soul felt empty, the mornings you woke up not knowing how you'd keep going, the seasons where betrayal or rejection crushed you. And yet somehow you survived. Somehow you stood back up. Somehow you carried on. That wasn't random strength, that was divine authority working through you. Demons thought they had you, but your pure soul pulled you back. Every comeback you've ever made is evidence of who you truly are. But here's something even deeper. Demons don't just fear your purity for what it does in your life, they fear what it does in the lives of others. Your very presence can shift atmospheres. Have you ever noticed how people confide in you, even strangers? How they sense peace or clarity just being around you? That's because your soul's purity radiates outward. It disrupts darkness in the environment. And that's not accidental, it's intentional. You are a carrier of divine light, and wherever you walk, demons scatter. This is why you've been misunderstood so often. People don't always realize that what irritates them about you isn't you at all, it's the spirit inside them reacting to the spirit inside you. Your kindness, your integrity, your refusal to conform, your quiet strength stirs up discomfort in those aligned with darkness. And instead of admitting they need healing, they project onto you. They distance themselves. They gossip. They betray. Not because you are wrong, but because your purity reveals what they are trying to hide. Chosen one, never water down your soul to be accepted. Never dim your fire to blend in. Never compromise your purity for temporary approval. Because the truth is, you were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out, to shine, to unsettle darkness just by being who you are. And yes, it may cost you relationships. Yes, it may cost you opportunities. But what you gain is priceless. You remain aligned with the Most High. And that alignment is your power. So the next time you feel weary, the next time the enemy whispers lies, the next time you question your worth, remember this: demons already know the truth about you. They know you are untouchable. They know you carry fire. They know your soul is too pure to be owned by them. That's why they fight so hard, but also why they fail every time. Chosen one, you do not need to seek power, you already carry it. You do not need to fear the darkness, it fears you. You do not need to question your calling. It was written long before you arrived on this earth. The battle for your purity is proof of your rank in the Spirit. And the fact that you are still standing, still seeking, still burning, is proof that you have already won. Never forget, your pure soul is your weapon, your shield, and your crown. And no demon can take it from you. Chosen one, by now you understand that your pure soul is more than just a trait. It's a weapon, a mantle, a divine fire. But in this section, we need to go deeper into why demons specifically fear purity. Because purity is not just about innocence or morality. It is about alignment. Alignment with the Most High. Alignment with divine order. And when you are aligned, darkness cannot dominate you. Think of it like this: demons thrive in disorder. They operate in chaos, confusion, corruption, and compromise. Their power is rooted in lies and deception. But when your soul is pure, when your intentions, heart, and spirit are aligned with the truth, they lose every foothold they could have against you. Purity is like a shield. It removes their access points. It leaves them screaming in frustration because they cannot enter where there is no open door. Let me give you an example. Have you ever prayed quietly, even in a moment of weakness, and later noticed the atmosphere shift? That's because your purity made that prayer powerful. Demons flee from prayers spoken by pure souls. They cannot withstand the authority behind it. Your words, even whispered, are weapons of mass destruction against darkness. Chosen one. This is why the enemy has tried so hard to silence you. He doesn't want you to know the power of your words. He doesn't want you to realize the fire behind your prayers. He wants you to feel unworthy, small, insignificant. But let me remind you, you are chosen, you are pure, and your voice carries the weight of heaven. Speak boldly. Pray fearlessly. Declare with authority. Because every time you do, demons scatter. And here is a truth that may shock you. Your battles are not just about you. They are about those connected to you. Your soul is pure because you were called to intercede for others. You carry light not only for yourself, but for your family, your community, and even generations to come. The enemy knows this. That's why he targeted you early. That's why he tried to break you in childhood, in adolescence, in moments of vulnerability, because he knew your purity would protect others as well. Think about it: how many times have you prayed for someone and seen change happen in their life? How many times have you stood in the gap for people who didn't even know you were fighting for them? That is your calling. That is why your soul had to remain pure. Because your purity doesn't just protect you, it shields others. And that is why demons are relentless in their attacks. You're not just one person to them. You are a barrier, a fortress, a wall of light standing against their plans. Chosen one, never underestimate the ripple effect of your soul. Your kindness, your prayers, your love, your forgiveness, they are all seeds planted in the Spirit. And those seeds bear fruit far beyond what you can see. Demons know this, and it terrifies them. Because every act of purity you embody multiplies heaven's influence on earth. Now, here's your responsibility. Guard your soul. Do not allow bitterness, resentment, or despair to creep in. These are the cracks demons look for. Guard your heart, guard your mind, guard your spirit. Because your purity is not just about you, it is about your mission. And your mission is too great to be compromised. Chosen one, stand tall. You are not weak. You are not fragile. You are not ordinary. You are a chosen vessel carrying eternal fire. And the fact that demons fear you so intensely is proof of your divine assignment. They don't waste energy on those who pose no threat. Their attacks are evidence of your significance. So when you feel the weight of the battle, when the attacks intensify, remind yourself, this is happening because I am dangerous to darkness. And instead of shrinking back, rise higher. Instead of doubting, declare. Instead of fearing, fight. Because you are not fighting alone. Heaven fights with you, and the Most High has already declared your victory. Remember this: your pure soul is not just light, it is a flame that will never be extinguished. And every time you walk in alignment, every time you refuse to bow, every time you choose love over hate, Heaven's flame burns brighter within you, and demons, they tremble, scatter, and flee, because they know they have already lost, chosen one. You've journeyed through the battles, the temptations, the betrayals, and the storms. You've seen how your pure soul is both your armor and your weapon. You've realized why demons fear youth. They fear the alignment, the light, the unbreakable fire inside you. But in this final section, we are going to crown this journey with the ultimate truth. Your pure soul is unstoppable, untouchable, and divinely appointed to manifest destiny. Think about this for a moment. Every trial you've endured, every storm you've survived, every tear you've shed, has prepared you for a purpose that is beyond human comprehension. Your purity is not a coincidence. It is a deliberate gift from the Most High, crafted to withstand darkness, to resist corruption, and to radiate influence. Every moment of suffering was a step toward your anointing, and every act of faithfulness has fortified your spirit. Chosen one, demons tremble because they cannot predict you. They cannot manipulate you as they do others. Their tactics fail because you are guided by heaven, not by fear. Their lies bounce off your spirit because you are rooted in truth. Their deception crumbles before the clarity of your soul. And this is why your presence in any room is disruptive to darkness. You do not need to speak. You do not need to act. Your soul alone is a declaration of divine authority. Have you noticed how in the most unexpected moments, your prayers are answered? How doors open when they seemed impossible to budge? How guidance comes in forms too precise to be coincidence? That is your alignment with the Most High at work. And every answer, every breakthrough, every protection is a testament to the power of your pure soul. Demons fear this because it cannot be stolen, it cannot be bribed, it cannot be intimidated. Your destiny is sealed in heaven, and no earthly force can change it, but chosen one. There is a higher layer you must understand. Your purity is not just for protection or personal elevation. It is a weapon in the spiritual realm. Every act of kindness, every word spoken in truth, every time you resist compromise, sends shockwaves through the enemy's domain. Demons tremble not just because of your presence, they tremble because your actions dismantle their plans. Each choice to walk in integrity, each refusal to yield to fear or temptation, is a blow to darkness. Do not be surprised if the attacks intensify as you step closer to your calling. The enemy recognizes potential and reacts with aggression. But every attack is a confirmation of your significance. Every obstacle is evidence that you are moving in alignment with a destiny they cannot contain. You are the chosen one, they know it, and that is why they fight harder against you. But remember this, the more they fight, the stronger you become. Their resistance is your proving ground, your fire test, your divine calibration. Now, reflect on the people around you. Those who doubt you, those who envy you, those who cannot understand your journey, they are witnesses to the power of your soul, whether they know it or not. Their reactions are indicators of your light. Demons work through them, but their confusion, jealousy, or fear is a mirror reflecting the authority that resides in you. Do not seek their approval. Do not bend for their comfort. Your calling is higher than their comprehension. Here's another truth that must sink deep into your spirit. You are not alone. Heaven is with you. Angels guard you. Divine guidance surrounds you. Every prayer you utter, every decision you make in alignment with purity, resonates through the spiritual realm. And your soul is a beacon, attracting assistance, protection, and favor from the Most High. Demons can see it, they know they are outmatched. and that fear fuels their desperate attempts to distract or discourage you. But you, chosen one, will not be distracted. Your pure soul also has a ripple effect. Those around you feel it even if they do not understand why. Your presence brings peace, your actions inspire faith, your words awaken hope. Your light is contagious, chosen one, and the enemy knows it. That is why they aim to isolate you, to silence your influence. But your connection to heaven is stronger than any attempt at separation. The power inside you cannot be contained. Do you see now why they fear you so intensely? It is not your strength alone. It is not your knowledge, your skills, or your achievements. It is your soul. The purity you have preserved, the faith you have maintained, the alignment you have chosen daily. It is your secret weapon. Demons cannot touch it, cannot corrupt it, cannot destroy it. And chosen one, that is why your victories are inevitable. As you continue on your path, remember this: your life is a testimony. Every challenge you overcome, every temptation you resist, every act of integrity you perform is proof of divine power at work through you. And the enemy sees it. That is why they fear you. That is why they cannot stop you. That is why your story is destined to inspire countless others. So, stand boldly, chosen one. Walk in confidence. Speak with authority. Live with courage. Guard your heart, nurture your spirit, and never compromise your purity. Your light is not just for you, it is for the world, and demons know this. They fear it, but you are unstoppable. You are untouchable. You are a chosen one. Finally, chosen one, if this message resonates with you, if you feel the fire of your spirit stirred, I want you to do something powerful right now. Subscribe to this channel. Stay connected to a community that will uplift you, guide you, and remind you daily of the power that resides within your pure soul. Don't let this flame dim, let it grow, let it shine, and let the world see what a chosen one truly carries inside. Your journey is only beginning, and the enemy may tremble, but your destiny is already written in heaven. Walk in it boldly, walk in it fearlessly, and never forget, the fire inside you is eternal, unstoppable, and infinitely powerful. This is why they work overtime to taint you, to tempt you, to lure you into bitterness, anger, lust, pride, or despair. Because if they can crack your purity, they can gain entry into your spirit. Yet, chosen one, time and time again, you've resisted. Maybe you didn't even realize it, but every time you said no to compromise, every time you refused to join the crowd, every time you walked away from something that would have corrupted you, you declared war against the kingdom of darkness. And they felt it. But here's the mystery. Purity does not mean perfection. Do not confuse the two. You will stumble, you will fall, you will make mistakes. But purity means your heart remains surrendered to God. It means you keep returning to Him, no matter what. It means your motives are not polluted by hatred, greed, or malice. Even in your weakness, you cry out for His strength. That humility, that surrender, is what keeps your soul pure. And that is what demons cannot stand. Do you know why? Because demons are prideful by nature. They were cast down for exalting themselves against God. Their fall was sealed because of arrogance. And when they look at you, a fragile human, broken in many ways, yet still carrying purity, they cannot comprehend it. It enrages them. They wonder how someone with scars, with trials, with so much against them, can still remain aligned with heaven. That is why they target you more than most. Your very existence as a chosen one is their defeat in motion. Chosen one, think about the times you resisted temptation, even when no one was watching. Think about the times you forgave someone who hurt you deeply, even though vengeance felt easier. Think about the times you gave, served, or loved, even when you were empty. That was your pure soul shining through, and every act of purity was a blow against the kingdom of darkness. Demons watched, furious, as you chose light over darkness, again and again. This is why you've often been misunderstood, because purity looks strange in a world corrupted by compromise. Your standards make others uncomfortable. Your discipline makes them mock you. Your refusal to settle makes them resent you. But chosen one, do not shrink back. Do not apologize for being pure. Do not dilute your soul to fit into places you were never meant to belong. Purity is not weakness. It is divine strength wrapped in humility. Let me show you why purity is dangerous to demons. Purity exposes them. When your heart is pure, you see clearly. You discern lies. You recognize false intentions. You notice when someone smiles at you but hides darkness in their spirit. Purity sharpens your discernment because it aligns your vision with God's vision. And demons cannot deceive those who see with heaven's eyes. That's why they fear you, because you can see through their disguises. Have you ever wondered why, at times, you just knew something wasn't right? Why you could sense danger before it came? Why you could feel the heaviness in certain rooms, or discern when someone's words didn't match their spirit? That is the gift of purity at work. Your soul is clear enough to receive signals from the Most High, and those signals disrupt the enemy's schemes. Chosen one, this is why you've often been isolated. Purity requires separation. It cannot thrive in corrupted environments, and though it has hurt you to lose friends, relationships, or opportunities, it was necessary. The Most High was preserving your soul, keeping it untarnished, shielding you from influences that could pollute your calling. Demons tried to use loneliness against you, but what they failed to realize is that your solitude only strengthened your alignment with God. And now, your soul radiates something untouchable. When you walk into a room, demons tremble not because of what you say, but because of who you are. Your presence is a declaration. Your light is a testimony. Even in silence, your purity speaks louder than words. But here's where it gets even more powerful. Demons don't just fear your purity for what it means now, they fear what it means for the future. Because purity preserves destiny. Every battle you've endured, every test you've passed, every temptation you've overcome has prepared you for greater assignments. And the enemy knows it. He sees the doors about to open for you. He knows the influence you are about to carry. He knows the lives you are about to touch. And he is terrified. Chosen one, this is why your struggles have been intense. The closer you move toward your destiny, the more aggressive the attacks become. But do not mistake intensity for defeat. The storm only rages when the breakthrough is near. And the fact that you are still standing, still holding on to your purity, still refusing to bow, is proof that you are already victorious. Let me speak directly to your spirit. Your pure soul is a weapon forged by fire. It has been tested in betrayal, in heartbreak, in rejection, in loneliness. And each time you rose again, it became stronger. That is why no demon can touch you. They can roar, they can attack, they can try to deceive, but they cannot corrupt what God has purified. So walk boldly, chosen one. Lift your head high. Stop questioning your worth. Stop doubting your calling. Stop comparing yourself to others. You carry something rare, something eternal, something untouchable. And every day you choose light over darkness, heaven rejoices, and hell trembles. Never forget this truth. Demons fear you not because of what's around you, but because of what's inside you. And what's inside you cannot be stolen, cannot be dimmed, cannot be defeated. Your pure soul is eternal. Fire, and that fire will burn brighter and brighter until the end of time. Chosen one, if you've made it this far, you know by now that your purity is not just a gift, it's a battlefield. You carry a soul that reflects heaven, and because of that, demons have launched attacks against you that others may never fully understand. In this section, we must uncover how these attacks work, why they come against you so fiercely, and how your pure soul not only withstands them, but transforms them into testimonies. The first thing you need to grasp is this: demons fear what they cannot control, and they cannot control purity. They can manipulate greed, they can exploit pride, they can magnify bitterness. But a pure soul is like a closed door. Their weapons become useless because your spirit doesn't give them anything to cling to. This is why you've been attacked in unconventional ways. For some, the enemy strikes through temptation. For you, chosen one, he often comes through distraction, isolation, and even betrayal. Because when he can't corrupt your soul directly, he tries to wound you in ways that make you question your worth. Think about your life. Have you noticed how often you've been betrayed by people you trusted most? That wasn't random. Demons hoped those wounds would harden your heart. They wanted to see your purity poisoned by bitterness. They wanted your soul to shut down, to stop loving, to stop forgiving, to stop shining. But here you are, still carrying compassion, still forgiving, still choosing light. That alone proves your power. But purity isn't passive, chosen one. It's not just about avoiding corruption. It's about transforming the atmosphere around you. When you enter a room, your soul doesn't just repel demons, it forces them into exposure. Ever notice how certain people suddenly feel uncomfortable around you? How they avoid eye contact, shift their energy, or even lash out for no apparent reason? That's not a coincidence. That is their spirit reacting to the purity inside you. Demons within them are unsettled by the light you carry. This is why you may feel misunderstood. People have accused you of being too much, too quiet, too intense, or too different. They can't explain why they react this way, but you can. It's because your soul doesn't blend into corruption. It disrupts it. And that disruption exposes what's hidden in others. Your purity becomes a mirror, and not everyone is ready to see what's inside themselves. That's why some reject you without cause. That's why doors close. That's why certain people distance themselves. They're not rejecting you, they're rejecting the conviction your presence stirs in their spirit. Chosen one, here's the paradox. Demons attack you because they fear you, but those attacks only strengthen you. Every time they try to break you and fail, your testimony becomes more powerful. Every betrayal that didn't crush you, every temptation you overcame, every storm you survived, they all become proof of the Most High's hand on your life. Demons see this, and it terrifies them. They know that your story is not just yours, it's a weapon against them. And let me tell you, chosen one, your story is sacred. The pain you endured is not wasted. The loneliness, the tears, the moments of confusion, they have been woven into your destiny. Your pure soul, tested by fire, is now a blazing light. And demons know they can't stop that light. They can't dim it, no matter how much they try. But here's what you must never forget. Your purity is not fragile. It is not easily broken. It is forged in the fire of your trials. Yes, you've been tested. Yes, you've been tempted. But your soul remains aligned with the Most High. That alignment gives you authority. Authority to speak life where there is death. Authority to bring peace where there is chaos. Authority to shift atmospheres without even trying. And this authority is what demons fear the most. You see, chosen one, authority is not something you demand, it's something you carry. It flows naturally from your alignment with God. When your soul is pure, your prayers carry weight. Your words carry fire. Your presence carries light. Demons know when you step into a place, heaven has stepped in with you, and that is why they tremble.